Welcome to Over the Hill Yoga. My name is Patti Lupo. I'm your guide today for our practice. I'm calling this one Blast Your Heart Open. And that's pretty self-explanatory. So let's dive in, open up our hearts, our minds, our bodies to the beautiful practice of yoga. Please find a comfortable seat with your legs crossed. Sitting either in Sukhasana, which is your legs crisscross, it's easy pose, or Siddhasana, that's the one with your heels lined up. So pick the one that's the most comfortable for you, and we'll get started. Place the backs of your wrists on your legs, your palms open to the sky, and close your eyes. Right away, begin to take your awareness to your breath. That beautiful, easy flow of breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Finding your own rhythm, your own pace. Take the upper body and lean it back just a bit, as if you had a wall come down behind you. And you could soften your back against the wall, supporting you. So you're sitting up straight and tall, but your spine doesn't feel rigid. You can relax into the invisible wall behind you. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. Let your eyes flutter open and look up at your hands. Bring your hands to touch. Bend the elbows into this goalpost shape that we're going to come into a few different times today in our practice. Inhale, stretch the arms back up and over your head, reaching through the side body. And as you exhale, take the right hand, bring it across the body so it rests on your left leg or your left knee. Take your gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, breathe up, reaching your arms up and over your head. And exhale, take the other side. Left hand across the body, softly gazing over the right shoulder. Breathe in, stretch the arms over your head. Exhale, drop the hands back behind you. This time, come up onto the pads of your fingers, root down, lift the chest up. Let's close the eyes here. Soften into this pose. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Lift your chest up to the sky. Looks like somebody's placed their hand right behind your back, lifting it up gently. One more breath. Soften across the front of the body. Let the eyes flutter back open. Reach the arms back up and over your head. And this time, as you exhale, round the back. Take the fingers down onto the mat in front of you, onto the pads of the fingers, and pull your navel back towards your spine. Begin to circle your waist one direction a few times and the other direction, like you've got a hula hoop. Anybody remembers what those are? Round one way, the other way. Coming back into the center one last time. Inhale, arms up and overhead, hands to touch. Lower your hands to your heart, coming into Anjali Mudra. Mudra of Gratitude. Unfold the legs, sling them around, and come onto your hands and knees onto the mat. Inhale, let your heart soften down. Again, draw the shoulder blades toward each other, gaze forward, come into cow pose. Exhale, round the back, navel back to the spine, let your head drop down. Cat pose. Inhale, arch the back, cow. Exhale, round the back, cat pose. One more time. Inhale, arch the back, cow pose. Stay here with the heart soft and walk your hands forward, letting your chest drop down towards the mat, coming into puppy. Option to drop your forehead to the mat here, or simply keep your gaze lifted, gazing between your hands, and soften again your heart down towards the earth. Tailbone to the sky. Walk the hands back a couple of inches, tuck the toes under, and send your hips high to the sky, our first downward facing dog. Lift up the heels, bend the knees, and pause for a moment here. I'm going to call this modified downward facing dog. So it's modified because your heels are lifted and your knees are bent. Gives you a chance to press the fingers even more firmly into the mat, lengthen through the arms. Press just your left heel down towards the earth and straighten the leg. Bend both knees, stretch just your right heel. Bend both knees, let's stretch both heels towards the back edge of your mat and come into downward facing dog, regular dog. Lift up the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, and walk slowly to the front of your mat. Take fingertips to shins, rise up halfway lift, lengthen into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees and bow, forward fold. Slowly rise up, reaching your arms up and overhead. Look up at your hands, hands to touch. Exhale, bend the elbows and lift the heart even more. Come into this goalpost shape. Stretch your arms back up and over your head. And exhale, swan dive. Whoa, forward fold. Rise up, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend the knees and release down. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, rise up. Exhale, bend the elbows again, lift the heart, a little mini back bend here. Stretch the arms up and over your head. And exhale, forward fold. Rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, again, bend the knees into Uttanasana. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead, hands to touch. Exhale, lift the chest up, goalpost arms. Reach back up and overhead with the arms. And exhale, forward fold. Rise up, halfway lift. This time, bend the knees as you bow forward. We're going to pause here. Interlace the hands behind the head. Give some extra weight to your head. Releasing, relaxing in the neck and shoulders. A few easy rocks from side to side. Letting all the tension from your neck and shoulders droop, drip, drop off your back. Like a waterfall, everything's letting go. Coming back into center, release your fingertips to the shins and rise up once again, halfway lift. This time bow into a forward bend with the legs straight. If that feels uncomfortable for your back, you can bend the knees. Rise up once again, reaching to the sky, hands to touch. This time hands will drop out to the side. Turn your palms to the back wall, interlace behind you, and open up the chest here. Soften your blades together. Allow the body to go deeper into this pose at its own pace. Release the arms back up and over your head. And exhale once again. Bow into a forward bend. Rise up halfway lift. This time right foot stays forward, left foot steps back. Lower your knee, unfold your toes, and inhale. Stretch arms all the way up to the sky. Lift the gaze. Interlace hands. Take your head into your interlaced hands. Drop it back. Elbows to the side. One more breath here. Drive the right knee a little bit more forward. And release the arms alongside your ear. Exhale, hands to the front of the mat. Tuck your back toes under and step forward. Rise up, halfway lift. Left foot stays forward, right foot steps back. Lower the knee, unfold the toes. Here we go. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Interlace the hands, drop head back into the hands. Elbows to the side. Left knee drives forward. Stretch arms alongside the ears, up and over your head. Exhale, hands to the front of the mat. This time, tuck right toes under, step it back. Downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank pose. Hold it here. Slowly let knees lower to the earth. Take the upper body all the way down. Unfold the toes and curl nice, easy. Cobra or low cobra. And lower back down. To the pads of the fingers. You might want to walk them out an inch or so. Curl up, cobra or low cobra. And lower it back down. Take hands off the mat. Inhale, float up. A little bit harder. Lift up another ½ inch, drop hands, curl all the way into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Tuck the toes under, rise back up into downward facing dog. Hold this a couple of breaths. Moving if you like. Lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward and walk or lightly hop your feet to the front of your mat. Rise up, halfway lift. Exhale all the way down, forward fold. Breathing in, rise up, hands to touch. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the gaze even more, dropping your head back. Stretch the arms back up and over your head. And exhale all the way back down, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Right foot stays forward, left foot steps back. Ground your back foot and slowly rise up. Right arm forward, left arm back. Bend your front knee. You're ready for warrior two. Right heel bisecting the back instep. Gaze steady over the front fingers. Take another breath here. Go a little deeper as you exhale into your front knee. Flip your right palm. As you reach back, push into the earth and straighten your front leg. Pause a moment here. Reverse triangle. Slide left hand down the leg. Reach right arm alongside the ear. Rise up. Both legs are straight. Right hand drops down. Coming to Triconasta, triangle pose. So right hand could go on the leg. If you have a block today, you could go on the block to the outside of your foot or all the way to the mat. Left arm to the sky. Turn your left palm the opposite direction. Drop your left hand down your back. So it's going to rest somewhere on your back, the middle back or between your shoulders, and gently massage with the back of your hand to open the chest up even more here. Stretch left arm back up into triangle pose and turn and face the front of your mat. Rise onto the left toes and step to the front of your mat. Rise up, halfway lift. Let's go right to the other side. Left foot stays forward, right foot steps back. Rise up. Left arm forward, right arm back. Okay. Da, da, da. I'm going to turn around. Coming into Virabhadrasana 2 on the second side. Okay, go even a little deeper in the front knee. Flip left palm, reach back and push into the earth with your left hand. Reverse triangle, hold it here, so expansive through the left side body. Rise up, back to neutral, and let left hand drop down, right arm reach to the sky. Triconasta, triangle pose. Turn right palm the opposite direction, bend the elbow, and let your right hand massage the back. Create even more space in the front of the body. Reach right arm back up. This time we'll rise up, turn feet parallel, and reach the arms over your head. Exhale, big wide forward fold. Fingers line up with toes here as crown of the head drops down towards the earth. Option here to take your hands to the ankles or the sides of your shins. Press in with the hands, press out with the shins. And slowly come back around, turn to face the front of your mat. Step it back this time into downward facing dog. Shift forward to plank pose and lower to the earth. Your choice, curl in the Cobra or all the way into upward facing dog, which is hips and thigh bones off the mat and arms straight. Tuck the toes under, rise back into downward facing dog. One more breath here. Feel how soft the heart can be. It melts down towards the mat. Lower your knees to the earth. Back into table pose. Bring toes together, knees a little wider. Round the back. And sink back into child's pose. Forehead to the earth. Just a few breaths here. Resting, relaxing. Going back to that steady flow of your breath. Slowly rise back up onto your hands and knees. Swing the legs around. And plant your feet on the mat. Take your hands, one hand on each shin, and sit up tall. Release your arms from your legs. Stretch them forward. Slowly descend to the earth. You could try this without using your hands. If you're feeling some strain in your back, take your fingertips behind you and guide yourself down. Take the feet in a little closer to the hips and expand the arms to the side into cross position, your palms open. Feel the shoulders softening down to the mat. Chest open. Stretch the arms over your head and inhale the hips up off the mat into bridge pose. Exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale, float the hips up. Exhale, drop the hips down. One more time. Inhale, float the hips up, reach fingers towards the heels, and walk shoulder blades together, interlace the hands. Underneath your bottom, stretch knuckles towards the front of the room. Root heels down into the earth, relax the toes. Release arms out to the side as you lower hips to the earth. And draw the knees into the chest. Take a few rocks here to massage the low back to the earth. Now, like you've tied a rope around your legs, and suddenly two legs are one unit. So we're going to glue the legs together and work as a unit here. Let the knees drop over towards the left. Now they won't touch the mat. They'll float about halfway down and your right shoulder will stay on the mat. Bring it back up into the center, over to the other side, to the right. Back up into the center. Imagine you have a personal trainer holding down your shoulders so they don't come up off the mat at all. Drop knees to the left. This time we'll stretch the right leg towards the left side. Bend both knees, bring it back into the center. Take the legs over to the right. Stretch your top leg here, the left leg over to the side. Bend both knees one more time. Take both knees to the left. Now, option to take just your right leg like we just did. If you want to try something a little more challenging, try both legs reaching out to the side. Bend both knees into the chest to the other side. Top leg or both legs. Coming back into the center. Pause here. Get a few more rocks. Great, and let both feet come back down onto the earth here. Stretch arms over your head. One last time here, lift hips up off the mat. Bridge. Rise onto the toes. Walk the feet in just a little bit closer. And send the knees towards the front of the room. Reach arms alongside the body once again towards the heels. And lower hips down. Lower the feet, pick up your legs. And we'll come into happy baby. Bending the knees towards the armpits. Take a nice easy rock from side to side. Knees, one last breath here towards the armpits. And bring the soles of your feet together, your knees to the side. Press your hands down onto the hip points. And as you exhale, let go of everything that's tight there in your hips. Close your eyes. Slowly bring the knees together. Keep the knees touching. Walk your feet to the outside edges of your mat and let your left hand rest gently on your heart. Your right hand on your belly. Feel the breath. Feel the sense of spaciousness that you've cultivated in your body in our practice. The openness, the freedom, the courage to go deeper, fuller, richer. Extend the legs out, one leg at a time. Keep your hands resting in this position for another few moments. Extend the arms alongside the body, palms open. Coming into Shavasana. To move your fingers, move your toes. Bend the knees, roll onto your side. Pause a few breaths. Still with your eyes closed. And begin to find your way back up into that comfortable seat where we started our practice. Returning again to the mudra, the backs of the wrists on the legs, the palms open. Taking in all the healing energy of this practice. Deep into the body, the mind, the heart. One last inhale, stretch the arms over your head. Exhale, hands to the heart. The Mudra of Gratitude. We'll conclude our practice here. Thanks so much, everyone, for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.